Hey, well, welcome back, everybody. This is Mr. Owensby. Welcome, everybody, on Team 7, 8, and 9 to our reading today. Today, we are doing Greek Society. This is our first PowerPoint in this unit, our Unit B on Greece, Society, and Culture. Now, here's our link to our YouTube video with our Megan Trainer parody video, which I think is hilarious. I hope you're watching this video. If not, please do. Like the other videos we show you in class, which I'll be showing you in class since we will be in class a lot this semester. Hope you don't get sick of it. All right, moving on. Okay. All right, Greece in the 700s to 336 BC. Now, we have included a video link down here that's very beneficial. I do recommend watching that video. Okay. Now, as we continue, during this time period, Greece was made up of over 1,000 different city-states. A city-state is also called a polis. This is where we get the word metropolis from. Beautiful picture of the Parthenon there. Now, these city-states were politically and economically independent, but each Greek city-state spoke the same language and shared religious ideas and culture. Some of the fields. A city-state included a city, often with a protective wall, and the surrounding villages, fields, and orchards. Okay. You see a photo here of one of their agoras we'll talk about momentarily. Now, each city-state has an agora. This is a marketplace that served as a public meeting place where Greeks discussed ideas about government and philosophy. And as you see in the photo there, it's an open air. In each of these places you would have people there selling their goods or having little makeshift storefronts here. Okay. Again, another photo of our Parthenon. The Parthenon is a very important building in Greek culture, and there's also a full-size, perfect replica of this in Nashville, where I grew up. I've been to the Parthenon and the park surrounding it, 100 times. Beautiful. I've been inside many times. If you ever get to Nashville, please go check it out. Okay, each city-state had an acropolis. This is a fortified hill at the center of the city. The top of the acropolis served as a city's religious center and was usually home to a temple for their local god. We do have a Rick Steves video here. It's about 4 minutes. It's pretty cool. Take a peek at this video. Okay, there's the Parthenon on top of the hill. As you see, it's somewhat protected. This is their religious center. Each city-state had their own government and laws, calendar, money, systems of weights and measures, and ideas about who was considered a citizen. Citizens of a polis had certain rights and responsibilities. They could vote. They could hold office. They could own property. They could speak for themselves in court, and they were expected to serve in the military in time of war. But as we'll see, not everybody were citizens. So who were the citizens in Greece? Well, only a small portion of the population in each city-state qualified for citizenship. The qualifications did vary from city-state to city-state. So it would really depend on local leadership, their local rules, to determine specifically in each area who was a citizen. But overall, there was a general basic formula. Citizens were usually free men who were born in the city-state and owned land. As we see in our country, the earliest voters were landowners. Women and men who did not own land and slaves were not citizens. Only citizens had political and legal rights. So that's a little bit different than we're accustomed to nowadays, where we feel like every citizen has rights. Beautiful piece of pottery. Now, slavery, which has been going on for many, many years in our world, throughout our history, each Greek city-state had slaves. These slaves made up between 1/4 and 1/3 of the population of a city-state. So a lot of people in the city-state were slaves. Most slaves worked in the fields, orchards, and mines. Some slaves had special skills like nursing and teaching. So I guess I could be a slave in Greece and be a teacher. A slave could buy themselves out of slavery, which was a kind of a unique fact. Most slaves throughout history could never free themselves from slavery, but they could in Greece. So how did someone become a slave? I mean, why are they a slave, we wonder? Well, many were people conquered during a war. We read in Egypt how sometimes they would start a war with neighboring people just to obtain slaves to help build. Okay, some people were born into slavery, which would be terrible. That your parents are slaves, and when you're born, you're automatically a slave. That's terrible. And some had to become a slave because they owed money to someone. We do not do that these days. You cannot be sent to jail for owing a debt to someone, but that's not always been the case throughout history. Okay, but that's it, guys. That's our PowerPoints for today. PowerPoint 1, Greek Society. We'll be moving on into deeper detail as we continue. So good luck on your Ed puzzle. Again, we welcome everybody in Team 7, 8, and 9. And be on the lookout for your next assignment. I know Mr. Lockett and Miss Carroll and myself are really proud of the job you guys are doing. So keep up the hard work and look forward to talking to you in person soon. Have a great day.